Hello and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
I am Corey Baumeister.
And we've got Dan in the van in the booth. Say down by the river, Dan.
Down by the river. Nice.
I had to think about that for a second.
Nice.
What's
his voice?
All of your questions, comments, concerns, burns, and very dated pop culture references in the chat.
There you go.
Oh, I'm full of those.
Make sure you tag at Star City Games so he can see them and send his favorites over to us. We are rounding out our day on the Wheel of Fate.
Wheel of Fate.
Playing 6 of the decks that did well at regionals this last weekend in a very different modern format than we have seen previously. We got 2 decks left. Dan is bringing them over.
It's like the trophies and the money that World Series of Poker puts on.
Yes.
Like at the final moment.
So this deck will be red.
Dan, you're just as
will be
pretty as
yellow.
all of them. Okay.
I'm going to do one spin. Whatever I get, I'll take either red or yellow.
Okay.
I'll take the other one.
So red is
this deck. Because it's sitting on the red field.
Yep. I like it. Show
Looking at the
me
yellow indicator here.
potato salad.
And I will take this deck.
All right, perfect. Okay. So our last match here. I know one of the decks.
I know both of them.
Yeah. I just can't remember one of them. I know there's. Well, we don't want to spoil it.
I saw my top sideboard card, and I know which deck.
Oh no, you spoiled it already.
It's hard not to see the top sideboard card.
That's
the entire
true,
time
that's
I've been
true.
seeing nothing but Veil of Summer, Aether Gust, Mystical Dispute.
Yeah. This one's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I saw one of those cards, but it also now is deterministic.
Okay.
Whereas the rest of the day
Dropping
wasn't. We are playing for the marbles now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I guess now I
And
saw it
you're going to be on the
too.
play.
Okay, perfect. I'm excited for
This
this.
could be bad.
Is it?
I feel like I'm going to get crushed.
Good.
Just because I really
good.
like the deck that you're playing. I think it's very good.
Of course. Yep.
I wanted to get
Dan, you
down.
got a question while we shuffle up for our final match for the marbles?
Okay, sure.
You want to put the marbles here like the actual World Series of Poker?
Sure.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks.
From Drizzy Druzter.
Okay.
Do you guys think that a smallpox strategy would be a good in a mid-range heavy modern?
Like 8-rack? I mean, that's like the only smallpox deck, right?
There is an Orzhov Smallpox deck that has Planeswalkers and Lingering Souls.
Okay.
It's very mopey against any ramp or combo deck.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't have much of a clock. But
Yeah.
in any matchup where people are playing attrition, it
Yeah.
tends to play quite well. Mm-hmm. So, and it did take second in a recent Modern Challenge in
Cool.
the hands of, I think, a known Japanese grinder or pro.
Okay.
It was a moto handle I recognized.
Probably Rizzer.
No. I can't
He is just a Japanese all-star on Moto.
Yeah, but it was one of them.
Sure.
Took second in a challenge. If Titan declines a little bit, as it should with the band of Once Upon a Time,
Yeah.
that
And it
deck,
just hasn't been doing insanely well,
it's good, but
Yeah.
it's not unstoppable.
Yeah,
Right. We
yeah.
figured out the metagame adapted, and now it's getting a little bit weaker. Yeah, if the metagame becomes a lot of these mid-range decks, like Orzhov Smallpox it's one of those tier 2 decks that needs a good metagame, and
Yeah.
this is a good metagame for it.
That's true. Yeah. That's a smart evaluation there, Drizzy.
It also obliterates the creature combo decks. Have you ever cast Smallpox when your Infect opponent goes turn 1 Noble Hierarch?
It's over.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Game's over.
Okay, so I'm going to be going first, like Ross said, and oh yeah, this is going to be fun. This isn't the best hand, though. This hand's probably unplayable. Yeah, on the play, I think I have to mulligan this. If I had a second land, it would be keepable, but that hand's just too bad.
And my hand is solid. I will keep.
Okay,
I've got some good opening draws.
How lucky, or how unfortunate the guy wearing the anti-mulligan club is the one mulliganing. That's
Well, it is a mulligan club. It's just the
That's true.
anti-mulligan mulligan
That's
club.
true. That's true. My shirt confuses me.
It confuses me too.
Yeah,
That's why I just wear the shirt with shark crabs on them.
there you go.
Shark
yeah.
crabs are just very natural.
That's the most
things.
unconfusing thing ever. It's
Yeah.
just walk away from them.
It's half shark, half crab.
Exactly. Yeah.
What's there to
There's
understand?
nothing we need to evaluate about that. It's just a half shark crab. Okay, so this hand is still not great, but
And exists.
we're going to keep. This hand definitely needs help, but what can we bottom? I suppose we just get rid of this and go for the best, or hope for the best. Are we going to go Foothills, Bobble, and probably want to look once at you. I'll say go. At the upkeep, I'm going to take a peek at yours. Okay.
Looted Delta. I guess I will play that one.
Okay.
I'm going to fetch for a, you know, the one that makes the blue and the green mana breeding pool.
Okay. Okay.
Play a Gilded Guise.
Honk. We need some food, Dan.
Aw.
So I'm at 17.
Okay.
So I'll get
So
a food.
pizza, or what are we doing?
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah. You know what? Let's get Chinese today, okay?
That's actually what I was thinking too.
There we go.
Oh, hey.
And you were done, right?
Yeah, just get me some veggie lo mein.
I'm gonna bubble myself. Right now, we're after a very specific thing, so I'm gonna sack this.
I assume you're going to 17.
Yep. All right, let's get
Chris Barone has veggie lo mein on his token.
perfect.
It's somewhere on that table. Got some ham.
The dog ate it.
Why do they have a ham and a whole pig? The ham is part of the pig.
Why not, man?
It's a feast.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to 17. I'm gonna have 2 bobble triggers, so I'm gonna draw 3 cards this upkeep. 1, 2, 3. All right. Well, I mean, we got technically kind of what we wanted here. I'm gonna take 1 for a Goyf here. Go to 16 and pass to you. Artifact land, so just a 2/3. Just a tiny Goyf. God, I hope you don't have the turn 2 Oko.
I will go to 15.
Okay.
I will play an EE on 2,
Okay.
and I will play a Mishra's Ball.
Okay.
And I'll pass the turn.
All right. EE on 2 is a little unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Let's go with a very spicy Tarfire to add 3 types. Not bad, huh?
That's kind of gross.
Right? Forgot about Tarfire and how sick it is with Tarmogoyf.
I think I'm just priced into rebuking that.
Oh,
I'd rather lose the food than the goose, I think.
okay. Yep, that's rebuked, so it doesn't gain. So now it's just tribal instant land artifact. So we got a 4.
Yep.
We'll attack.
I'll go to 11.
But the main thing is we have Delirium for Traverse.
You go to 15.
Yep. And I think I definitely want a creature. I'm at 15, so Death Shadow is not great right now. I don't want to get a Tarmogoyf because it shares the converted mana cost. That's not cool. And I guess the only other option is Street Wraith or a Swift Spear. So we're going to go with a Swift Spear and pass to you.
I can't say I'm too upset about that.
Oh, I guess, what am I thinking? I should play this before I attack. It just adds a damage.
Oh, yeah, I didn't have sorcery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't have sorcery.
So put me to 10.
Yep.
Pretty concerned about my life total at this point, so I think I'm just going to.
I think you should always be concerned about your life total. Okay.
We have another bauble.
Okay.
So let's bauble myself.
Okay.
Don't think that one is.
And
Good.
15 to 10, right, Ross?
Yes.
Okay.
Fetch to 9.
Okay. Oh, and this is a list by Ryan. I don't know how to say his last name. It's AU Coin.
I think it's Alcoin.
A coin?
Alcoin.
Alcoin? Okay. Yeah. Him and Julian Henry played this list to both of them top 8ing, actually. Which is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Not this exact list, because I did take out the Once Upon a Time, so I destroyed their deck.
Okay. I'm gonna pass.
Oh,
and
Ryan's in
upkeep.
chat.
Oh, nice.
I'll draw a card.
All right. Maybe he can tell me if I butchered his
And then
last
on
name.
your upkeep, I will bauble you.
Okay. Ryan's one of my good friends. Good dude.
You can draw
Okay.
that. Pretty good one with your Swift Spear.
Not bad, not bad. So Tarmogoyf we have to expect to be losing here. So we're gonna go with Swift Spear.
Yep.
Bobble.
Yep.
Trigger. I'll attack.
Don't know if there's any point in chumping the goose to save 2 life. I don't think there is, so I'll just pop the EE.
Okay.
And take 2.
Let's make it a little bit more. Let's make it a little bit more. So that's
lethal.
That's
Yeah.
9.
I guess I had to chump block it.
I guess there was a reason, huh?
Yeah, that was going to
Yeah.
be pretty hard for me to beat regardless.
Yeah. It's because like next turn I can go crash through plus that.
I had a spell bomb, but it's really hard to kill.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing is this deck is a much more. I believe it was called Swifty Shadow. It's just a much more aggressively slanted deck, almost a combo deck. So it reminds me a lot. Do you remember PT Milwaukee? It was like one where we both randomly qualified and we're on the same team.
Yeah.
I played the green-red Den Protector, Landfall, just Become Immense, Teamer Battle Ridge deck. It kind of has a feel like that. So, yeah.
I had Uro and Cryptic there, but I just never got to the point where they were useful.
Yeah.
I guess if I chump blocked with the Goose, I untapped and I wasn't drawing 4th land. I was going to Uro up to 12.
Yep.
Then you were just going to have 2 draws to any land to Battle Rage plus Become Immense.
Yep, because I bobble.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you were in a rough spot. But if you were to deal with that, then I'm in trouble. But, you know, if you
Pirate
didn't have it.
It needs to be real early to deal with Swiftspear.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you block, then I guess I just say okay and I leave the 1 man open, but then you could spell bomb, sack it during your turn, and then I have to Become Immense to save it. That would kind of suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been another option available to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's take a quick break here, and then we will set up sideboarding, and then finish up this last match between Teamer Urza and what are we calling this? Death Shadow Aggro?
John Death Shadow.
Well, it's not John. That's a horrible name.
They named it Swifty Shadow, but
Okay.
No.
We already have a deck called John Death Shadow.
Yeah.
This deck was always known as Death Shadow Aggro. Okay.
Shrug.
Well, I'm
Out
going to
of
call it
my
Death
hands.
Shadow Aggro because that's what it should be called.
You
And
rebel.
I'm going to take a short break and do some sideboarding and then finish up this match, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Versus Live, where we are sideboarding in our matchup between Teamer Urza and Death Shadow Aggro. On my side, I think the obvious thing is that Rebuke is awkward to your deck with a very low curve that comes out quickly. Counter spells are a liability when you fall behind. So
Yep.
I'm bringing in much better, cheap interaction here between Engineered Explosives and Veil of Summer.
Sure.
I'm also trying out cutting Mox Amber for Tormod's Crypt. Normally I would want something more like Nile Spellbomb, but obviously we don't have black mana in this list. But against the Traverse list and against Become Immense, Tormod's Crypt can be good.
yeah, it shuts down Goyf a little bit.
Yeah,
It seems
I'm also
reasonable.
playing red removal, so sometimes Crypt can combine with a Galblast to kill a Goyf that
Yeah.
otherwise wouldn't. And I also think Mox Amber can be a liability here, because most of the time, if I'm on tapping with Uro, Emery, or Urza on the battlefield, I'm in a good spot. I
Yeah.
don't think I need Mox Amber, and outside of those spots, it's just dead. So I want to, get rid of that potentiality and just say I'll make my land drops. I'll bias my mulliganing towards the land heavy hands. I guess it should be this way.
Yeah, there you go.
So that was my reasoning here. It's a little scary to board out what is ostensibly a mana source, but in this matchup, I just don't think it's going to be a mana source very often.
And it's something that, I wouldn't be feeling great from your end. It's like Tormod's Crypt plus a Galblast to deal with the Goyf. Like that, I'm super fine with, I mean, of course, sometimes you can really get me with the Tormod's Crypt because I have a hand that heavily relies on the graveyard. But overall, I think I'm okay with that.
I'm not happy. I'm definitely skeptical of this, but I want to try it.
Yep, makes sense. So I'm taking out Dismember, which seems kind of weird because I do think Dismember is just like the best removal spell in the deck because you're able to help out your Death Shadow while killing something, but it doesn't kill Uro. And Uro is like the biggest problem here. So I wanted to bring in some things that do kill Uro. I think Liliana of the Veil is excellent against Uro. A little worse when you have like Gilded Goose and Emery's to go along with it. But if I can get this down earlier at an opportune time, I think it's going to be great. Fatal Push to actually kill Uro as well and be able to interact with, everything. Fatal Push kills everything here. And then Ancient Grudge to be able to maybe get your EE when you play and just have that option. And then I'm cutting 1 Traversed, leaving 2 in the deck. This was The third traverse is what I added in response to the Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
So I'm just cutting the third one because, you know what, Ryan didn't plan on playing the third one for a reason. So we'll keep it true to that. So
Also reasonable to expect some form of graveyard hate.
Exactly.
Versus definitely the card that walks into it the most.
yeah, but either way, I think I should have, like you said, a pretty decent matchup. So I don't want to reinvent my deck here. You know, I want to keep it pretty true. And one thing that is interesting about what we're doing on this versus live with the wheel is we usually don't put up really heinous matchups, right? You know, like just because it might just be a blowout in either way. So it's kind of interesting to see the dynamics of a bad matchup and how you approach it from either side.
And that's important to try to like scrape by in your bad matchups.
That's what Magic's all about, not about close matchups. You know, there's some. You might have to win a win and in when you got your worst matchup sitting across from the table, and you either think, "Oh, woe is me. Why do I have to play this matchup?" Or you buckle up and you try to find a way to win. And that's when you bring in Tormod's Crypt to try to Gallblast and Tormod's Crypt to Goyf, you know?
Yeah. Well, people used to do stuff like that, but with like Relic of Progenitus, so you draw a card.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
We got any questions there, buddy?
Yeah. So, as we said before, Ryan's in chat. How you pronounce his last name, according to him, is O'Coin, not Alcoin.
O'Coin? Okay.
O'Coin. He said, but close enough, lol. And then proceeds to go, God, this deck is gas, which, I can agree with him on that.
Yeah, I think this deck is awesome. It was something I considered for the event, but I was just crushing it with Breach so much that I decided to not try to reinvent anything, but I think this deck is sweet.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the decks I'll be considering for next week in Syracuse.
Yep. How's your hand?
Reasonable, but I'm not super excited about it.
I'm not super excited about this one either.
You can cast a spell.
Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, you need a giant growth? Technically not. I need
Don't
you to
worry,
play
I've got a goose on.
Okay, perfect. Then can I take that hand back?
Sure. we got it on camera. We can rewind.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll go down to 6 here. See what we got. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's a little better. Still a little bit of an awkward hand. We have plenty of cards we don't necessarily want, so putting one back shouldn't be too tough. I think we'll put just one of these back. You really only want one of that type of effect.
Okay. I'm going to 17 for a breeding pool.
Okay.
Playing my goose, getting my food.
Honk.
And you're up.
All right, 17, 20. I will untap and draw. Okay, that was a pretty good draw on my part. We're gonna get Blood Crypt and Bolt the Bird, or Tar Fire the Goose, whatever, you know.
Okay, 17 all.
Yep, your turn. With Ross's heavy sigh there, he needed that goose.
Pass the turn.
I speak fluent Ross. Okay, we're gonna untap. So I'm at 17. Now let's go with a Bloodstained Mire and Thoughtseize you.
My hand is bad.
Your hand is bad. You needed that goose, eh? Okay, so I probably don't care about the Uros or the Cryptic. I probably just want to deal with this EE. That seems like the only card that immediately is bad for me. So let's take that. Yep. All right, so I'll go to 15. Then I'm going to take 3 down to 12 and play a Death Shadow. Black-green, I think, is going to be the land I need here, and then it's going to be your go.
I did think about playing the EE out. I'd probably just play it for 1 because more of your threats cost 1 than 2.
Yep.
Maybe I should have. Definitely would have helped me there because the rest of my hand was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But I did draw a land there. So
Hindsight's 20/20.
That's not bad.
Okay.
I think I want to get a red source. I'm going to gain a little bit of life here, which should help.
Okay.
But I want to be able to cast my red spells as I draw them.
So you're going to 16, maybe
I'm going to go to 14 and then to 17
Okay.
for an Uro.
Row.
And hopefully we can find another fetch land here and escape this Uro.
I hope you don't do that.
So staying at 17 essentially.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
No land. We drew something that I kind of didn't want to draw because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. It's a great card, but... All right, so we're for sure taking 2.
10.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm going to attack.
14.
I'm going to give it +4.
10.
So I'll go to 8. You... Yeah, how much is this now? What?
It'll be
5,
7.
6, 7. Okay, so you're at 10. 10 to 8. Then we're going to play that Liliana we brought in. But here's the question. I don't think I want to discard the card I have, but maybe I do? No, probably not. So we're just going to leave it at 3 and say go. Plus, I don't want you to get another card in your graveyard. It's the perfect amount. So we got a 5/5, so we have a 2-turn clock. If we have something to boost it, we could present lethal next turn.
Gilded Goose, get a food.
Yep.
Pass the turn.
Okay. Tap, draw. All right, that was pretty nice. I'm going to go with a Swift Spear.
Yep.
Push, trigger. Will attack.
For 7.
5, 6, 7, yep.
Brings me to 3.
3, and tick this up. Here you go.
End step, sack food, go to 6.
Okay. We are all in, baby. But both of those cards I'm looking at right now are very scary. You just really need that 4th land. You're not dead on board.
Fortunately, I hit the wrong land.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I'm punished for getting that Steam Vents.
Yep. You had so many geese at the time, you know? So now you got... Both options are going to keep you alive. Plain and simple.
So if I Urza, you Edict me, I chump block the Shadow, most likely. I could potentially just try to go to 1 and block the Swift Spear.
This deck is gas.
I think I would have to take that risk. Though then it would be really hard for me to return the Uro, actually. The issue is if I let you Edict me and then chump, then the Uro's not going to do anything the next turn anyway. So the Steam Vents is really biting me. I guess actually, oh no, because it's clues that you don't have to tap sack. It's food that you do. So I can't tap Matthias and Chris Brone and get 3 life that way.
They do not team up together very well, apparently. They don't play nice.
I honestly think my best bet might be to just buy as much time as I can and try to find another EE.
Just tap draw.
Yeah.
I think that seems reasonable. Then you for sure don't die next turn.
Yeah.
And if I draw a removal spell, I'm put in a weird spot with Liliana. Upkeep, I'll activate. Declare attacks.
Tap draw.
Okay. I did draw an awkward one. Now the question is, do I value the card in my hand, or do I value you discarding a card? And I think you discarding a card is pretty minimal right now. I think my card's okay. So I'll pass to you.
Urza.
Okay. Resolves.
Get a Matthias.
Yep.
Tap this for blue, play Spellbomb.
Okay.
Spellbomb was a pretty good draw.
That was a pretty good draw.
And then I will pass the turn.
All right.
Yeah, I will pass the turn.
Untap. All right, I'll start by cycling.
Brings you to 6.
6. I probably want to have you sacrifice a creature right away, so we better do that. Sacrifice. Now you have to, well, you got a choice. You got a choice to make here. Makes sense. Bobble, trigger, declare attacks.
Yep. Block here.
So Death Shadow is lethal right now, so I have to have you do something. So, yep.
Make blue, bounce shadow.
Okay, I will become immense this. Yeah. And I can bobble you first. Yeah, we'll bobble you first. Okay, become immense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts over there. 2 instants. Okay, so that's just to make sure we deal with Urza. Play the Death Shadow, say go, draw off bobble.
So that's where I screwed up this game.
Ah.
Yeah, I had a Torment script I could have played last turn and just done, hit your graveyard.
Yeah.
It would have stopped you from having become immense.
Yeah.
Which means my Urza would still be alive and be in much better shape.
Yeah, you probably should have did that.
Just didn't play around exactly become immense. And I got very punished.
Excellent.
Which is, pretty typical. So now I think the only way I can potentially win this game is thus.
Yep.
I will go to 3
Okay.
to get a breeding pool. Because
Okay.
and I will escape an arrow.
Definitely got to leave the mountain open. You can't use the mountain to bring Uro back.
Yep, that's how that works.
Okay. So you're going back up to 6.
And
6 to 6.
just in case you have a Goyf, we can get rid of the artifacts, 'cause you can't really bring those back.
Yep.
There's a million creatures anyway. Sure, why not?
Okay.
So got those. I'm going to go back up to 6.
Yep. And if you get a land, you can go up to 9, and then I wouldn't have lethal. Wait, maybe I still would. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. I would be 1 short. I would need to top deck or play any spell to have lethal if you go land, sack of food. Do a good one?
No, I needed to draw a green source, and I could veil the edict.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Though, I'd still probably have to chump block, but
Yeah, that Steam Vents really got you good. That Steam Vents was
Steam
like
Vents was very bad.
Yeah.
Maybe that was.
I was drawing a Become Immense. No big deal.
I didn't have a red source, and I had the arrows. I probably should have just found second green as early as possible.
Yeah.
So there's a few small things.
That definitely add up. I feel like, in this modern metagame, the mana bases, it's really tough to decide what to do with sack lands. Unless you have Astrolabe, then it just doesn't matter. Then it's Magical Christmas Land, you know?
Basically.
Like, you really got to think hard if you don't have the Astrolabe, but...
Well, we got a little bit of time. We can play one more game.
Let's play another pity game here. I unfortunately already got the marbles, but...
Yeah.
This deck's nice, though. It feels pretty sweet.
No, I think that deck is very good because
aggressively slanted,
has some disruption.
Yeah.
Really goes over the top even of a card like Uro. Right?
Yeah.
Like Become Immense Battle Rage, a lot of damage.
Yeah, like I think you want that gimmicky kind of over the top kill because just playing, Grammatic Angler, just playing Death Shadow from Grixis Death Shadow, it's so easy for decks like that or decks like Abe Corbin's or Sultai Delirium to deal with. But when all of a sudden you can just be like, okay, Become Immense, Team or Battle Rage, you're dead. You have to really widen the range of cards you have in your deck to be able to answer that. And there's going to be awkward draws where this deck will just defeat itself when you draw too much pump spells and stuff like that. But otherwise, I like this a lot better than Grixis Death Shadow.
You really need the extra power.
Yep.
The Sand has no lands.
Welly Mulligans, do you have a question for me, Dan?
Yeah. Let's go with Jan IV. What do you think about graveyard decks like Dredge and Crabvine in the current meta?
I think Dredge is pretty sneaky right now. I think Crabvine is just not a good enough deck.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think I wrote about Dredge last week, actually. I think Ox is really, really good in that deck and does a lot of important things that the deck has been missing since the Faithful Seating ban.
Yep.
One of the issues is that the matchup against Titan isn't great. though failure to comply out of the sideboard helps. So with the Once Upon a Time ban, I think your deck gets even better.
Yeah.
You know, historically, Dredge loves playing against these late game control decks and things like Jund. I'm not sure how much hate people really have in their sideboards, which also helps.
Yeah.
Now, like the end game of Mystic Sanctuary Cryptic is problematic.
Yeah.
Creeping Chill does help you there, giving you some reach. But those matchups typically are quite good. So I like Dredge's position as well. Another deck I'll be considering heavily for Syracuse.
For sure. Yeah, I know Evan Whitehouse at my regionals played it, and he top 16 with it. He did pretty well. And I know there was not a lot of Dredge in the field there. You know, it's something that's kind of been sneaking in under the radar, but a deck that ebb and flows with the amount of hate, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Breach is kind of collateral damage that it's getting right now because you need that graveyard hate, but
Okay.
this one better.
Solid start here.
Okay.
I'm going to start with a bauble on myself.
Okay.
And I like that one. So I am going to play turn 1 Ether Spellbomb.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
You want to ever draw off your bobble?
I'm going to have to draw off the bauble. I was trying to like not draw it so you couldn't Thoughtseize it.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, let's just draw it off bauble and then draw another card.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got in my head.
Got in your head, huh? So we got lots of options for turn 1, which this deck tends to have because it's just all 1-drops, basically. So we'll start with this.
18.
18. Okay, well, that answered... it took away one thing I want to do. I definitely don't want to do this now. Yeah. Let's just start with... sacrifice this. All right, we'll get Blood Crypt down.
So you're at 15.
Yep. This is pretty close. Let's go with Swift Spear, Bobble, Trigger, and get you for 2.
18.
Pass to you. Your upkeep. I'll take a peek at what you're drawing. Okay.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I guess I will go take 3, so I'll go to 15.
Okay.
Get a breeding pool. Where are you, breeding pool? There we go.
You learned your lesson from last game, huh?
Yeah, well, now I've got the Astrolabe to make red.
Yeah, that's true.
So now I have second green and red all rolled up. I'm also playing a green and a red card this turn. So let's play Goose, get a food.
Okay.
Play Bauble, make red. God bless us for 4.
I will. Nope, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm definitely doing it on my turn still.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mutagenic growth
Still
blood
saves
would
it.
still be a thing. And then I will pass, and on your upkeep, bauble you.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll draw a Bobble. Draw for my turn.
Yep.
And you have 1 card?
I have 2
cards. Okay. So we're gonna go take 2.
13.
13. I want to just play another threat here. Play a Swift Spear and Thoughtseize you. Okay, I'll definitely take that Urza.
I'll bring you to 11.
Yep. 11. Attack for 2.
I will go to 13.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, I will draw for bauble.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
And God, that is incredibly awkward. I will just pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. Cycle to 9.
Yep.
I'll play a Bobble.
I couldn't. I've got to play this.
Okay. I'll play a Bobble.
I got to protect against the combo.
You do,
I wanted
yep.
to just like sometimes make a food, but
Yep. Bobble.
yep.
Trigger. Creature, artifact, land, sorcery. So I do have Delirium. So I think we'll traverse with Delirium.
Sure.
Now I kind of want to diversify my converted mana cost, so I kind of want to get a Goyf here. I can get a Death Shadow, and it's probably a bigger creature, but I think Goyf just makes a little more sense here. I'll attack.
For 3?
Yes.
Bobble into reverse?
Yep.
I'll go to 10.
10 to 9, right?
Yep.
Okay, I will go to 7 and play Goyf.
Yep.
And pass to you. Your upkeep, I will see what you draw. Okay. Probably needed that.
It's not the worst, because I do have an EE.
Okay. Glad I diversified a little bit.
So let's play that.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
Untap, draw 2. Okay. Not the best sequence of draws, but not the worst, I guess. I will attack.
You have 3 in hand.
I have 3, yep.
And Goyf is land, creature, sorcery, artifact, instant. Usual suspects plus artifact.
Yep. So 5, 6.
5, 6. I'm at 10.
You have to get rid of a decent amount of resources to do this, which is kind of nice.
Block there.
Okay, I will... not played a spell. It's a pretty good block. I will Starfire you.
I go to 8.
Yep.
And now Goyf becomes a 6, 7.
Yep.
I'll go to 7.
Okay.
And just going to get another island. And sack this food and blow up the E.
Okay.
Goose will die to Swift Spear.
And that's all I got for this turn.
You have 2 in hand or 3?
2.
So we're both at 7.
Yep.
You have 2 cards in hand. I have 1. Need some sort of actual threat. I've had a lot of trouble gaining traction at all.
You really have, yeah. Just doesn't have the same feel without Oko. You know, that deck lost the most without Oko.
Yeah. Well, without Oko and without Opal.
Yeah.
Your artifact count is lower. You don't get as much mana.
Yep.
I've been struggling to get to 4 mana.
And I'm going to go to 6.
Another Goose.
I'm going to go to 6 here. I don't think I actually want to deal myself 2 more because then I'm in Galv Blast range. So we're just going to put this into play tapped. I would love to go get Nurturing Peatland. That would be better. All right. Hoping for a big draw. You have Spell Bomb here, so pretty impossible for me to kill you this turn. Okay, that's interesting. That's pretty interesting. Okay, I'll attack.
Block.
Okay. Street Wraith.
Okay.
Your go.
And step a Veil of Summer.
Okay, okay.
Didn't play a black spell last turn.
Yeah.
That's not a bad draw. Pyrite Spellbomb. 2 to here.
Okay.
Goose, get another food.
Sure.
You can go.
All right, 7 to 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll attack.
I think I can take this hit. I'm not in burn range at all. If you go for a kill, I still have Spellbomb because I have 1 Goose is active. So I will go to 4.
Okay. I will play a Bobble.
Yep.
I will say go. Actually, I'm going to bobble you during my turn. I'll draw my card during yours. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Though I guess I can now get Galv Blast back.
Yep, so I got to keep my life total where it is.
So I will pass the turn.
Okay. It's a weird game. All right, I'll sack Peatland.
Yep.
I'll attack.
I will certainly block here
Okay.
and make another food.
Okay. That's fine. I will play Death Shadow.
Yep.
Your go.
And step. Do I even want to get it back now? Is that good enough? I guess I have the Spellbomb to stall this for at least a turn. So let's go to 3.
Okay. It's a wild game. I'm kind of in love with this deck, though. I'm not gonna lie. This is an utter delight to play. I might dust this off for Syracuse. Getting Gale Blast.
I think so.
Okay.
I think what I'm going to do is get Gallblast on top and then pop a food.
Okay. Get Street Wraith out of range. That's smart.
Go to 6.
Okay.
And then just draw this and pass the turn.
Okay. Untap. All right. Let's see what we can do here. I'll attack. I guess I should probably play this first.
Now, so I have a couple options actually. I can kill the Street Wraith and bounce Shadow, which is like, you know, normal kind of value-esque play. Don't think that really leads to me winning the game unless I rip, you know, another EE.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe an Uro can get
E
me back
for
in.
5.
Yeah. I kind of want to try to rip another, just another fetch land, right?
Just try to Gale Blast me twice.
Yeah. So well, I can Gale Blast upstairs now, get you to 2, block here, go to 3, and then any fetch land beats you unless you have another Tarfire, because I can draw the card immediately with the spell bomb, and I can also gain life, so I can beat any burn spell. Blocking here, if you go for, you know, a Battle Rage to kill me, then I can spell bomb, and that's fine. I've gotten a Battle Rage out of your hand, which is nice. And then I would probably kill this and, you know, hope to draw something good. I think that's my easiest way to win. So I'm going to block there.
Okay. Let me think about this. So I do want to keep you off the chance of, you know, doing that play exactly just to beat me. So do I want to try to force that to happen or just let this goose die? It's pretty tough. I think I have to. I think that's the way I lose the game, so I want that spell bomb off the battlefield, even if it means, like, not the most high EV play for me. So we are going to Battle Rage Death Shadow.
Fortunate. So now I do have to use a spell bomb.
Okay.
And now there's no way for me to kill over 2 turns. I guess I could, like, still go for it. I could, deal you 4, gain 3, stay at 6. Next turn, try to chump again. And I've still got some turns to draw a fetch land, but I would need to draw, I think I would need to draw it this turn still.
Yep.
But then I lose to any removal spell. So is that good enough? The fact that you forced the play makes me think that it probably isn't. So I think I just want to kill this. So yeah, let's deal 4 there.
GG.
Sure.
Yeah, you're in a rough spot there, but I exactly get you, because you go to 6, you can sack a food there to go to 9, and it's exactly 9. Ryan, is this how we drew it up? Street Wraith getting Become Amends for the win? That's why Street Wraith is here, right? Did I do it right?
Yeah, I was just drawing another Tormod script. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think we both figured that once we saw the decks in each other's hands, which one was going to be a good matchup, which one wasn't. You know, I mean, I think that the Dimir Urza, which is probably the more popular Urza deck, I think that would probably either be a close matchup or a favorable matchup for Dimir. But the Teamer one, where you're trying to deal damage to, you know, Death Shadows and stuff, it's usually not great.
Yeah. And like, I only ever drew the one threat, the Urza got Thoughtseize out of my hand the turn before I drew Veil. And like, so my answers lined up kind of poorly. I didn't have, you know, normally the Urza decks, when they had Oko and Opal, they were able to have that proactive game plan. And so even if their answers weren't going to line up that well, their proactive game plan was powerful enough that they could win anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Now they don't really have that. They need to play a reactive game and then utilize Urza and Emery to like generate card advantage.
Yeah.
And that means you're really dependent on having the right removal spells. In this case, the red removal was rather awkward. The counter spells were kind of awkward. None of it really matched up well against what the Death Shadow deck was doing.
Yeah, that's the bummer. Is like, when with Urza in our Teamer Urza list back in the day, whenever you played Oko and just like generated food for a while, when you play Urza, you just like net mana. Like you would gain mana, but now it's like Urza is always this play where it's like you're still taking a turn off to play it. The turn after, if it lives, then you can maybe start going nuts, but it's not the same deck. And that's why Ely recognized it pretty early on, that the deck needs to turn into a control deck instead of being proactive. And Dimir Urza, I think, is the superior Urza deck. You can count Breach as like an Urza deck, but I think that's more of a combo deck. But that's why I like Ely's list more than any other Urza list these days.
This deck, I think, is trying to use Uro to give you that proactive plan, but Uro and Urza don't really work that well together.
No, they don't. And I think there's better Uro lists.
Yeah.
So
there's better Urza lists and better Uro lists.
Exactly.
They don't really mesh well together.
Usually when you blend two decks together to hope that they make a cohesive game plan, usually doesn't work. Sometimes it does, and then those decks are busted.
Yes. That is exactly how it works.
Exactly.
Most of the time you end up worse than if you just picked a lane.
100%. Okay, so I get the marbles this time in our nice recap of SCG regionals.
Yep.
So moving forward, we are going to try to bring you some Pioneer action on Thursday to get ready for SCG Baltimore. We didn't see any bannings, which I think was pretty surprising to basically everybody.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think it made sense.
Yeah.
That's actually what my article is about this week. That is live right now on StarCityGames.com.
Nice.
So if you want to read about that, I think next week we will shift back to Modern because we've got the Modern Open coming up that weekend in Syracuse.
I'm excited.
So that's sort of what we got going for the next week and a half. Why don't we thank some subs and we can wrap up because we are close to closing time.
That sounds great.
You got it. So once again, Kinger Banger with the 250 bits. Thank you. Tron Travolta 12-month resub. And
whole year.
Guacachole, new subscriber.
All right. Well, thank you for the subs and the bits, everybody. We appreciate the support here on the channel. And speaking of support from the channel, we have some sponsors to thank before we head out of here. First one, Carnox Chairs. If you want yourself a Carnox gaming chair, head over to carnox.com/SCG. You can get yourself 10% off and be as comfy as us. And if you want to be extra comfy, how do you like the fabric on these?
They are very soft.
Oh,
they're all cotton.
They're so soft. I love it. We probably got to wash them on cold. Otherwise, I'm going to be hulking out of these, if I have too many burritos the night before or something.
I will probably not remember to do that.
Yeah, probably. But if you want to pick up one of these 100% cotton beautiful shirts, head over to coalesceapparel.shop/apparel, right?
Coalesceapparel.shop.
All right, we've been gone so long. I've been out of it. So coalesceapparel.shop. You can use promo code SCG and get 10% off the shirts there as well. And if you like the sleeves, if you like the looks of them, we use katana sleeves here from Ultimate Guard. So if you want to pick up some of those, head over to ultimateguard.com and buy yourself some really nice sleeves. So all right, I think that's it. This is a good show. This is fun.
It really was. Modern is in a very different place than it has been over the last year.
It really is.
Definitely a really interesting format. Like yourself, I'm excited to get into it next week for Syracuse.
Yep.
But we're going to have to transition a little bit to Pioneer, which I also think is in a fine place. It's a little bit more explored at this point than Modern is. And it's always nice to have like the new format where you're a little unsure of things.
100%. I've expressed to you how much it's magical Christmas land whenever there's a new set, and I'm craving it at this point. I'm really ready for a shakeup in not only Standard but Pioneer as well.
I know.
So.
We'll be getting there soon enough. We're gonna have a couple of weeks getting ready for tournaments, and then we'll have an off week. I think right before a preview season starts. We might have to come up with some fun stuff to do.
We got a lot of fun stuff planned here for the next month. So, all right, everybody, that is going to do it for us. We will be back Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, same place, same time. For Corey, for Ross, for Dan, we're out of here. See you Thursday.